What's good with y'all, man? So listen, 5 weaknesses that destroy men, ultimately lead to their downfall. Hey, this video, y'all got to come back to it. Something about life, guys, in case you didn't know, it's a progress. You got to keep learning. You got to keep growing. You got to come back to certain things that you haven't mastered. Like I said, it's an ongoing process. A lot of times, fellas, people wonder how you get, wisdom. You got to listen. You really got to listen. Something I always did was listen to my OGs, right? The men who had more experience. I listened to them. I learned from the mistakes of, people that was around me. And I did my best not to, do those same things, right? So you got 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen more than you speak, guys. All right. So with that said, follow me on IG. Check the link in the description. Let's get into this, guys. Number 1, lack of accountability. Lack of accountability. This is something that women can get away with in the world, but as a man, you cannot. The world will show you real quick. Society will show you real quick how they care, right? How much they have empathy for your lack of accountability. It'll show you real quick. You're a man. They don't care. Let's say it's a legal situation. They don't care to hear your side of the story. You know what I mean? If it's involving a chick too, if it's involving a woman, her word over yours, they're going with hers. They're going with hers instantly. You know what I mean? Versus yours, they're going with hers. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it's like, okay, well, how did you get in that situation? How did you get in that situation, guys? A lot of the situations that you set yourself up for, you have to learn from the mistakes that you make, right? So you learn from other people's mistakes, and then the mistakes you make on your own path in your own life, you learn from them. Don't make the same mistakes. Admit how you got there. That's your accountability right there. All right, well, I shouldn't have been dealing with that kind of chick anyway. That's how I got in the situation. You're holding yourself accountable. Other than that, guys, you keep being hard-headed. You keep being stubborn, not willing to listen to people, right? And this is the next one, your ego. Your ego. You don't want to hear positive reinforcement, or really what it is you don't want to get critiqued when it's something that, it might be a good person in your ear and they're trying to tell you. Guys, you can't just want to hear good stuff all the time. That's why sometimes I got to kick you in your ass. And other times I'm sitting here be like, okay, pat you on the back. Like, okay, good job, bro. Good job. Let's keep progressing. It's other times where you need to have a kick in your ass to let you know, okay, I messed up. I need to do better as a man. Your ego will keep you from wanting to hear people that's really got your best interests at heart, but they got to give you some constructive criticism. Not left field out of nowhere, but because they care, right? It'd be people that's in your corner. They'd be like, nah, you did this wrong. No, like, can you really say, they'll be trying to show you that you need to take accountability for your actions. And on the other end, your ego's like, nah, I didn't do nothing wrong. It's all that person's fault. It's all them. No. And just like with accountability, women can get away with that. A lot of these women today, that's why my last video, destroy her ego. A lot of women act in their ego. A lot of women today don't take accountability for their own actions. They're always in the right. It's always the man that has to do this. It's always the man that's wrong. Everything I do is right. Everything is for me. That's lack of accountability and ego. As a man, you cannot move like this. Some of y'all is jealous that women can move like that. No, that is not you, bro. That's not you. You shouldn't care regardless, because those kind of women you wouldn't even allow around you. You feel me? So lack of accountability is number 1. That leads into your ego. Keep your ego in check, fellas. You shouldn't need your ego patted. You shouldn't need your ego stroked. And this is where you need to learn, because women, right? Women, actually, I'm going to get into that later. I'm going to get into the detriment of women and how they lead to your downfall. That's going to be later. All right. But with that ego, guys, you got to keep it in check. You got to keep it in check because it's superficial. Understand it's superficial. This next one here is so important, guys. The need for materialism, right? The need for materialism, and not in the sense of going shopping and I need to shop and buy dresses. And that's what, women do. Women's test in life is material. Right? As men, it's not like that for us, but it's this societal need, right? This modern day age of You know, you see it on IG, guys. You see it on IG. You see these people with these nice things. You want to go out and buy it. You got to get control of that, guys. You can't let yourself slip off the path of wanting to chase materialistic things when you don't got it. If you got it, guys, and you want to treat yourself, that's completely fine. I agree with it. I do the same thing, right? But that's only after I've grinded. I've worked hard for it and I've earned it. You know what I mean? You can't just be out here spending frivolously. Like, you got to understand where you want to put your money at first. Have you invested? Have you saved? Have you put to the side? You know what I'm saying? And then the money that you have available to spend at your leisure, are you using that money, or you just want to splurge every time you get it? As soon as it comes into your pocket, it's going right out, right? So that need for materialism, guys, don't fall for it. Make sure you're using your money wisely. If you have worked hard, right, and then you want to reward yourself, treat yourself, that's cool. By all means, do that. But don't chase it just because you're trying to prove something to somebody or for an image you want to have. That's the number one way to end up in deep debt. You know, you done dug a hole that you can't really get out of, or it's going to take you 20 plus years to get out of. So be smart with your money, man. Be smart with it. Next one, fellas, and this is something I cannot stand to see in men today. I cannot stand to see it, right? No ambition. No drive. I cannot stand to see that in today's men, guys. Some of y'all is like, I can't find, what I want to do in life, but you don't even have that mentality, like the go-getter mentality to accomplish things, right? You don't even have the drive to want to be great. You got to have that first, and then that translates into your effort into figuring out, okay, what's something I'm passionate about in life? A lot of guys don't even have that. And that's what's leading to your detriment, because that's how you easily get strayed by, time goes here, attention goes here, instead of where it should be going. You have no ambition. You have no drive. You don't want to be something. You should want to be successful in life. You should want to be the best version of yourself. You guys, as men, you should want to build a strong foundation that you can stand on and then build your empire off of. You know what I mean? It's too many guys out here that's not, you're not focused. Y'all just ain't a lot of people just ain't focused in general, but men, like, especially today, society's beating you up. You getting enemies coming at you left and right, and you don't got even ambition in yourself to want to be, this great man that you see yourself as. Man, get a hold of yourself. Really improve and really go out here and seek the best version of yourself. As soon as you start seeking that, then things will start falling into place. You can't just be chasing the women. And this is number 5, guys. Women. Since the beginning of time, women have been the biggest deterrent, right? The biggest downfall of all successful men has been women. The biggest test is your ability, right, to use discretion, to use discernment, to use discipline when it comes to women. Man, I had somebody comment on my last video. Oh, what you mean? Like, cause I made a point, guys. In college, I was able to be out here and just, I could do what I want. Okay, these girls over here, party over here, and I was irresponsible, but I didn't have much to lose. Now that I have something to lose, right? Now that I have some kind of solid foundation that I built, and I'm building an empire, right? I got more to lose. I got more at stake. So I have to be smarter. I understand that there's women out here that just want me because of, this or because of that. All right, I'm chucking these deuces at them, right? That don't mean I'm out here just shooting up any club out here. And you know what I mean when I say that. I can't do that. This guy gonna be, and I knew it was a young guy because, he's like, oh, what about a rotation of blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, do you understand that women are a distraction from, like, it's the opportunity cost of you making money, right? The hour you spend with this chick, you can be making money. When you start thinking like that, then you're like, dang, well, some women, if they're not bringing value to me, there's no point of even seeing them. Exactly. There you go. Exactly. So you wouldn't be caught up. And guys, men that actually, have women at their disposal or availability to women, they're not concerned with juggling 6 women, right? I don't have an addiction to women. A lot of guys, you lead to your own downfall by being addicted to women. You're chasing pussy. That's why. You chasing pussy. It's not a big deal. I don't have a need to brag because I've been doing this, right? I'm cool on that. I'm cool on it. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real though, guys, don't be so obsessed with chasing women, especially if you haven't mastered, something about yourself to the point where you're at a level where you have the ability to have them, or you're broke, right? Or you haven't accomplished this. Well, take care of that first before you get out here trying to juggle freaking all these girls and stuff, right? It's easy when you don't have much, but when you start getting something, you start building, you're like, oh no, I can't deal with her. And you start ruling certain women out because they don't bring nothing to you. And on top of that, they'll be a detriment to you, right? So don't get caught up in these women. And here's what I want to say related to the ego I mentioned earlier. How women seduce men is by stroking their ego. So that's why you need to especially have your ego in check. And that's why you got to use discernment with women, because what they're going to do is they're going to stroke your ego, make you feel like a king, a boss, and do all this stuff. Then next thing you know, they done monkey wrenched themselves into your empire, right? And they done ripped out some of these assets. They done ripped out this from you, your dignity, your respect. And then all of a sudden your whole life go to shambles. It's happened to too many great men since the beginning, guys. This stuff is in the word. Women is the biggest downfall, like the wrong women, guys. Choose the right women. If you're going to deal with them, make sure you're not overly invested in them, right? Don't be overly pursuing them to the point where it takes time and money from you. All right. So 5 weaknesses that destroy men, right? 5 weaknesses that destroy men. Look out for them, guys. Be careful. All right. Be careful out here.